Hi, my name is Ketric Newell. I'm a youth pastor at Cross Point Community Church. I've been doing student ministry for about 9 years. I think for a lot of time, like growing up, even for my generation, when we went to church, and I wasn't raised in the church, and so no one really handed me a Bible or told me about Jesus. But I remember the day that I gave my life to Christ, and when I went to church, it didn't seem as if they needed me. It seemed like it was something that I went to instead of something I was a part of. And so we called it a student ministry, but a lot of times what happened is the students weren't doing the ministry because we would leave it on one person or the person that is in the church that is getting paid. And so it was like, oh yeah, I want you to come to this event instead of be a part of the event. And so it taught us how to go to church instead of be the church. What I'm seeing in student ministry is they're wanting to know, how is this relevant to me? And what we're not doing as the church very well, or maybe what we're learning to do better, is give them the full dose of God that goes along with everything else that the world's giving them a full dose of. What I feel like is this generation doesn't do monologue anymore. They don't do, hey, someone on stage, give me a talk and tell me the truth. What they want to do is, here, let's talk about the truth and dialogue about it. If you haven't been taught to take the stuff you know and use it, you almost begin to think that it's just something that people tell you you're supposed to believe, instead of actually putting yourself out there to step out on it and believe it. And so really what we hope to do, and I think where we need to head as a church in general, is we have to get to the place to where we're not calling this a student ministry and the students aren't doing the ministry. We have to get to the place to where we're allowing those juniors and seniors to do the ministry. Either the church is here for us, or we're the church and we're here for the world. It's one or the other. What we've taught is that the church is here for us, instead of saying, no. You've got the same Spirit. You have the same Spirit that raised Christ from the dead, just as that paid pastor does. It's time for you to take the Spirit that you've been given and not just hear these things as truths, or, oh, these are out there and we're supposed to believe these, but actually step out on them and watch them come to pass and actually work in their life. And I've found this in my life. The students that stay around, the juniors and seniors, are the ones that you go, I see something in you. I see the same Spirit that lives in me that lives in you, and I think you can do what I do. And when you give them a way to do ministry and not just be a part of a ministry, that's what changes everything. And they'll carry that on. They go off to college. They'll choose their college based upon their church because they believe that their church is actually giving them a spot to actually do ministry. They're hearing all of these. They're hearing so many different messages that they want to sell out to something, but no one's consistently grabbing a hold of them and saying, here's the message to sell out to. Here's the thing to believe in. Come, be a part of this that's bigger than yourself. But we don't ever teach them no, you actually have, it's not about the emotion of the moment. You actually have what you need to pull it off. You have all the Jesus you're going to have to pull off what he wants you to do. All of us, I'm guilty of it. As a student pastor, what program can we put on? What thing can we do? Instead of going, man, when I have a student that gives their message of who they are, man, all their friends show up because they want to be a part of something bigger than us. And the truth is, it has very little to do with the people on stage. It has more to do with us taking ownership of understanding that we're the church and we're here for the world, period. I really think that if you can get a kid to understand the Jesus that's within him and the ministry and the responsibility he has now, not later, he'll change the world at whatever age he is. But the reason people are getting bored in their 20s is because no one's challenging them to be a part of something bigger. They know it's there, but no one in the church has ever given them the vision to go, not only is it there, but I can actually accomplish whatever God's put on my heart to go do.